Hello everybody, welcome to Pokemon Heartgold and Soulsilver. The second generation, or should I say fourth generation, because these are remakes of the second generation. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. There's two different versions, and the way I'd like to address this is that we are going to be spending a majority of the time in one version. That for me is being Heartgold, and while this is happening, I'm going to have a separate journey on Soulsilver being played in the background, and whenever there's a version difference between the games, we're going to switch over to Soulsilver's, because I'd like to showcase that for those that are playing Soulsilver. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. I actually had a very tough time deciding whether I wanted to play Crystal, because that's a definitive third version, rather than these two, but I played both of them on my own just to see which one was better for me, and well, it was Heartgold and Soulsilver, so these are the ones I'm going with. Meet our Professor Oak. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor. I just mentioned your name. But everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things you should know about this world. 1. We live on Earth. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. And he's going to send out a Marill. We humans... Oh, I accidentally hit it. At times we play together, and at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. War equals opportunity. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Well, if you can determine just off my voice, I am a boy. Yes. And usually with games like these, RPGs, I like to go about the name of the player in the game and what's canon. So with that, we're going to be doing Gold. I'd just rather use the name of the character than my name. I don't know, I'm just like that. I'm very weird. Gold, are you ready? Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. Fun experiences, difficult experiences, there's so much waiting for you. Let's go to the world of Pokemon. I'll see you later. He cut off my kneecaps! More than my kneecaps. I'm a little dude now. Alright, first of all, we're gonna check the mailbox. We got some mail from a person named Lyra. We've already got that female interaction. Adventure! Excited! I love Pokemon! She does not have the best grammatical capabilities, but we're going to set that aside because DS limitations were a lot. Anyways, we're going to go down here and we'll meet the mother. Hi, Gold, you're finally awake. Your friend Lyra... I should be awake. It's like 11:52. She was playing hide and seek with her Marill. Oh, I almost forgot. Our acquaintance, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he had a favor to ask of you. You know where the lab is, right? It's right next door to us. By the way, do you have everything you need to go out? Here, use this bag to carry things. This is your trainer card, which is useless because you don't have anything. I'm breaking the fourth wall by saying you could save. Oh, here's this wrench. And you'll know what those buttons do in no time. Thank you. Obviously, well, we've only played 2 games, but the most useful mom out of the 2 of them. Hat. Marill. Come here. Do a little dance for her. Hopping around and stuff like that. You know, oh, not even gonna say hi to me. Before we check out the professor, I just like talking to the people. This town, I love this town. Yo, Gold, I hear Professor Elm discovered some new Pokemon. The town is so good. All the, I want to say windmills, but I feel like that's not the right thing. Blow air thingies. Well, I hope it didn't hurt your feelings, Gold. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I was trying to figure out what these things are called. I know what they're called. It's just the word is not. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know what it is. Let's talk to this lady right here. Pikachu is an evolved Pokemon. That fact was first discovered by Professor Elm. I was amazed by Professor Elm's findings. He's so famous for his research on Pokemon evolution. I wish I could be a researcher like him. So, a theme going on with the professors that I'd actually like to talk about later on is that actually each of the professors have like an area of study. Professor Oak, I actually don't know what his area of study is. It's just Pokemon in general, I guess. But Professor Elm, he is all about Pokemon eggs and breeding. That's what these games introduced. What are you staring at? Hey, you shoved us. Fine, we'll go into Professor Elm's lab and see what you're looking at. Oh, I thought it was going to make me auto... Oh, now it makes me auto-walk. Hi, Gold. I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? I just told everybody, so they should. As you know, Pokemon are carried in Pokeballs these days, but before the Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with Pokemon. just like your friend Lyra does. She hasn't said a damn word to me. Pokeballs are great because you can carry many Pokemon, but walking with Pokemon must have some advantages. It could have something to do with like how Pokemon grow or evolve. So I'm going to give you a Pokemon. Can you walk beside this Pokemon outside of its Pokeball to see if it brings any special feelings or bonds between Pokemon and people? So, it just kind of gives me one. But there are some advantages, like happiness evolutions, but we'll get into that later, because I'm getting too ahead of myself. Hey, listen, I have this acquaintance that people call Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyways, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It's probably another Pokemon egg, but we're still so busy with our Pokemon research. I know. You can go in our place. We can count on you. Can we count on you? Go select a Pokemon over here. Now, this is a part of the series in which I like to explain what you can get with each Pokemon. But before I explain these bios, I need to explain the changes to the typings and stats made in Generation 4. This is Generation 4, by the way. Something we like to call the physical special split. In a game like Crystal, the Gen 2 version and the original version of this game's, moves using the attack stat and special attack stat were automatically determined by the type of move. These types, one like normal or fighting for example, were regarded as physical no matter what, whereas a type like water and grass were automatically determined as special. Now, in Generation 4, there's something called the physical special split. A move is no longer predetermined by its type, and now it's determined on the move and whether it actually makes physical contact or not. So a move like Bite, which was considered special, is now physical, and a move like Crab Hammer, which was considered special by its type, is now physical. This opens up so many opportunities for once terrible Pokemon to be great now, and gives more reason to having more than one move of the same type on a particular Pokemon. With that being said, let's get into our starters. Which one do I want to talk about first? No. Chikorita comes first in the Pokedex, so Chikorita is first. Chikorita is an okay example of the physical special change, but there's a better example in this starter category. But let's talk about Chikorita. Chikorita is a rather slow Pokemon that has great mixed bulk in return. But that's actually quite the opposite from what you want in a grass type, and as it's a type that's tied for the most weaknesses out of every type. Add on to that, it remains a pure grass type throughout the entire journey, so it doesn't gain anything to help it defensively. So what about its offense? It is absolutely non-existent, learning only grass and normal type moves for direct damage. But it immediately gets Razor Leaf and Heartgold and Soulsilver, which is amazing if I could compliment it anything offensively. Which is a great example of how the physical special split applies to it, because Razor Leaf is considered physical. With a terrible defensive type though, and learning terrible attacking moves, what is this thing useful for? Well, it's actually one of the best support Pokemon and great for setting up, and it's also really good in double battles. Reflect, Light Screen, Safeguard, Sunny Day, all great in doing so. Too bad there's jack shit for double battles. It'll be tough raising one of these, but if you want the challenge, be my guest. I went the opposite way. Next up is Cyndaquil. If you picked a Charizard for Kanto and loved using it, I recommend Cyndaquil because it plays exactly the same way, minus the flying type. Lots of speed and does great damage. I will say towards the end of its middle stage, it starts to fall behind because it doesn't really learn any hard-hitting moves until it gets to that final evolution. Once you get to that evolution though, you will be having lots of fun with its damage output. Eruption, which is its signature move, deals damage based on how much HP it has, and it naturally starts out with 120 base power. Because of this, you'll be getting max power because of your speed and can wipe out teams given the right situation. Very solid pick. And last is Totodile. This is the best example I can give you for ones benefited by the physical special split. A physical attacking water type would have never flown by easily. Well, now it can, getting great power out of moves like Crunch, Waterfall, Ice Fang, the list goes on. To add on top of this, Feraligatr, its final evolution, which is such a cool name, learns so many TMs that you can find many movesets that you can be happy with. The type coverage on Totodile is absolutely amazing. Once again, this starter will remain monotype just like every other starter, which is the weak point. There are so many great water types in this generation that can outclass Totodile on type alone, and how well it can slot into a team, so therefore it's very easy to replace. But don't let that distract you from everything else that I complimented on. Solid pick as well. Now with those out of the ways, I've been just sitting here, I think I'm gonna go with Cyndaquil, yeah. I use Totodile way too much. Totodile is my personal favorite of this generation. I think I want to use a Cyndaquil. And it's going to be out of its Pokeball immediately. Give a nickname to the Cyndaquil. Yes, we will. I'm just going with the simple name here, Fuego. It's just fire in Spanish. That's all it is. Is Fuego the nickname you want to give? Yeah, maybe. Professor Elm, how do you like walking with your Pokemon? I've only taken 5 steps, how can I say? But it's nice. If your Pokemon gets hurt, you should heal it with this machine. It's so easy to use, just check the PC on my desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is past Cherry Grove City. Go north a little past Cherry Grove. I'm counting on you, Gold. Count on me if you will, but there's no numbers on me. Body count? I don't know. Gold, I want you to have these to help with your task. Free potions! There's none on your PC because you get free ones here. Pokemon are weak in the beginning. Don't hesitate to use the potion if you think yours is in danger. I am the danger. Never expected a Breaking Bad reference. Hey, it's that girl who never helped me or never said a word to me. Does she notice the red-haired kid? Gold! So you picked a Cyndaquil. That's a cute Pokemon you have. When you walk with it, it'll become more friendly. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes too. Oh, that's right. Why don't you show it to your mom? See ya! So, a funny thing that I like to do is, not talk to my mom. Hey, who's this random-ass lady? Wait, Gold. Wait a sec. I don't even know who you are. You're just a... Did you leave your How do you know my mom? What? Just some random lady. Do I have personal... We need a lore drop on this. That's a cute Pokemon you have. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Oh, Professor Elm has a tasker, you say? What kind of task? I'd say that seems a little difficult. It must be important. I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the repair shop. Here you go. The Pokegear is just a phone. Technology. Is what every trainer should have. Guess what? You can use the Pokegear to make a phone call too. Do you remember how? Regardless of what I say, you will tell me. That is an accurate mother. Just power on the Pokegear and touch the telephone. Okay? The names of the people you can call are automatically registered. Just select one to give him or her a call. Wow, I can't believe it's so easy to make a phone call. Yeah, I bet you didn't have a phone when you were growing up. Alright, let's go. Now we can finally get out of New Bark Town. Now, I know we don't... Oh my god, Professor L. Wait 1 second! I was trying to get on with the show. I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number. So now we have 2 people's phone numbers. We're getting popular. I'll call you if anything comes up. I can tell just by that hairline you don't go outside. I'm sorry, that was unnecessary. Now, we're on Route 29, and despite us not having Pokeballs, there's nothing really to talk about. There's a lot of new encounters, and maybe I'll talk about them now, so if you see something you like, we can go back later and get the Pokeballs to catch them. Starting off with Pidgey. Yeah, for a common Pokemon, it's pretty box standard. It's not the worst, but just know that there are better flying types out there. We're starting off great with these encounters, but next up is Rattata. I like the way I curled my T's. A solid option for the early game, but this Mon gets tragically weak after the early game. Guts plus Quick Attack and that Stab combo is a deadly early combo as well as Hyper Fang on its evolution. Don't recommend it for the late game though, but if you need something for the early game, pick it up. Next up is Sentret. Sentret is useless, except for being a great HM user, moves that we will need in order to progress. Usually these moves are terrible, so slap them onto this bad boy. Evolve it for even more HMs while you're at it, so you can get even more HMs to use that you don't have to use on valuable Pokemon. Alright, on for the next Pokemon. So, in both Gen 4 and Gen 2, there's a functional clock in the game, allowing for some Pokemon that you can only encounter during the night, and for some only in the day. This is our first example of a Pokemon that you can only encounter in the night, Hoot Hoot. This Pokemon should not be used for attacking. Instead, use it as your Hypnosis user and switch. Other than that, don't use this thing, it's garbage. There's way better options. So we are starting off pretty negatively with these encounters, but don't worry, we'll get better and better. Alright, the early game is usually just, oh, let's slap all the weak Pokemon that you'll see throughout the entire journey as early as possible. And that's just basically the only purpose they serve. And we're just going to talk about here, get rid of the Sentret that I recommended using as an HM user. We'll come back and get it later, but, you know, we don't have Pokeballs like I said. You also want to use these, wild encounters while you can't do anything as just HP fodder. No, not HP. XP fodder. Just battle them all and you just take them out for free XP. You're going to want to do that. Because, well, they're pretty weak. And we're out on a journey. We got to get our Pokemon leveled up somehow. You will not be seeing wild encounters often once we get Repel, which is an item that repels them, makes them go away. You don't run into it. And because we're a higher level than them, that's how they work. So, you're not going to be seeing a lot of these, but because I'm just content. I just need content. But like, yeah. We're going to get to level 6 here. Yay, Fuego leveled up. It's already the start of a journey. And he's going to learn Smokescreen right off the bat. So each Pokemon, starter Pokemon, is going to learn a move right at level 6. That Chikorita's Razor Leaf is at level 6, so that's pretty dangerous right off the bat. Unfortunately for Cyndaquil, it learns Smokescreen, which isn't a bad move, it just doesn't do any damage. It just lowers accuracy, which can be very annoying. Oh, I made it through that patch of grass. Wow, that's actually tough. I'm waiting for Pokemon that only appear at night. Way, good for you. And just like that, we're done with the first route. Oh my god, this is progressing so fast. I'm just kidding. This is gonna go by slowly. You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. That's okay, everyone's a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things. This is a forced tutorial. We love these. Actually, in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, this is not a forced tutorial. There's no running shoes invented back then, like this guy's talking about, so you could skip them. The only thing you'd be missing out on is a town map. Because of this, we are forced to get running shoes and a town map. They sell Pokeballs for catching wild Pokemon and other useless. I guess I should be saying what he's saying. If you're new to Pokemon, which, believe it or not, there are some people out there, and they want to play older games, you might as well listen to this. Mr. Pokemon's house is out there. This dude can run fast. He got his shoes wet. No! This is a sea, as you can see. Some Pokemon are only found in water. I can't believe he did that to his shoes. No. Here, it's my house. For your effort keeping up with me, I'll give you my running shoes. They're still warm. Got you, didn't I? Don't worry, these are brand new. So what's cool about this game is that the bottom screen is actually touch screen, and you can touch the sprint button to touch it. It also says hold the B button. You can do either or. Just know that touching it, you won't stop running, which is why I still like holding down the B button, because I have control of when I want to stop if there's like grass or anything, or I want to be around a trainer or anything. And he's still fast without his running shoes. I forgot about one thing. This is another token for me. Take it. The guy gent loaded the map card. Alright, we also get the town map. Select the Pokegear on the touchscreen and then select the town map icon. You'll see the map of the region you're currently in. The Pokegear becomes more useful as you add cards. I wish you luck on your journey. Now, you're going to see this with my mouse right here. This is crazy. We're just going to go over here. And voila, look at this map. So, Johto is I would like to say it's a rather small region if we compare it to, let's say, Kanto. In the Gold, Silver, and Crystal, the map only had one way, and it was the way that you were forced to progress, which is going to be like what I'm outlining right here. And yeah, but that's the map of Johto if you wanted to see it. Anyways, let's continue with our journey. On to Route 30, we have even more Pokemon. And it's a wild encounter. Alright, let's go over Route 30 encounters, starting off with a version exclusive. So each game is going to have their own version exclusives. These aren't things I'm going to be showing off, but I'll be talking about them in the bio. So if you want a Pokemon and it's a version exclusive, I'll tell you if it's that, just so if you know you can get it or not. Caterpie and Metapod. Let's see our first example, and let's say it's terrible. Only found in Heartgold, a bug-type Pokemon that'll eventually only know Harden because it evolves into, like I said, Metapod. So let's just talk about that. The only positive I can tell you is that with how early this family evolves, you're going to have a tiny power boost in the beginning, but it falls off immediately because evolving at level 10 is not the best, and it'll stay with those stats all the way throughout the game. So what does Soulsilver get? They get Weedle and the eventual Kakuna. Weedle is a tiny bit better because of its poison type, but everything said about Caterpie applies here. Not very good. Another Heartgold exclusive, they just love doing this, is Spinarak. Spinarak is not a good bug type whatsoever. Hold up, I just want to pause the bios. You want to go into this house. In fact, if you run past the house, he'll call you out just for being like, hey, you're not going to check about Mr. Pokemon, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, this guy, Apricorns. I have one of those trees too. Apricorns are really something. You can make Pokeballs and other things. They are quite useful. This is an underrated mechanic in my opinion. I love apricorns. With that apricorn box, you can carry so many apricorns. You'll be a decent apricorn collector. So now that we have the box, let's go out here and go to this tree. It's an apricorn tree. It's a green apricorn. You obtain the green apricorn. Now, there's going to be a bunch of different colors like red, blue, yellow, black, white, green, and stuff like that. These will all come in handy later. But if you're playing something like gold, silver, and crystal, these will be just straight up berries. Like orange, pecha, stuff like that. Anyways, back to the BIOS because I have nothing else to talk about. The Heartgold exclusive spinner rack. It's not a good bug type whatsoever. And you're going to be stuck with it until level 22, which is quite unbearable. And even then, it doesn't even get that much better. So what does Soulsilver get? Ladybug. Only found in Soulsilver. Absolute poo-poo. Terrible stats combined with terrible moves. You're going to be doing less damage than a Magikarp with this thing. Don't get it. These Pokemon suck. Just wait a little bit. Then I'll give you some good Pokemon to work with. We were also at 5 HP. I probably should have healed up at the Pokemon Center like that guy had told me to do. We're going to find an antidote just in case I get poisoned. There are Weedles if you're playing Soulsilver. And we're going to head up here because they're having a Pokemon fight over there. We can't go over there. Hopefully I can make... No! Maybe I can get to level 7. Maybe. Let's see. Level 4 Pidgey! I swear if I have... When did I get 7 potions? What? I thought he only gave me 1. I just spit all over my monitor. Did not mean to do that, nor did you need to hear that, but no way I'm already using a potion. I guess they made it so that these fights, it's kind of impossible to lose, unless you purposely don't use those items. Which, I mean, go you, I guess. Actually, did a lot more damage than that Pidgey. See, I would have been donezo. Hopefully we just take this out. I just want to get to level 7. These Pidgeys are rather boring. Look, critical? Are you kidding me? No way I have to use another potion. Don't crit, don't send me back to the center. Thank you. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. Not even... We're on the second route and I almost had to get sent back to the center. That would have been embarrassing. I would have just stopped the recording and restarted all this despite being like... I don't even know how far I am. I had like 15 minutes. That would have been tragic. No one countered. Yes! Okay, and there's a pink apricorn up here. Don't want to assume the color, but it's pink. Yeah. Yay! Who knows? I could have just switched it up and said purple. I don't even think they have purple. Anyways, let's go into this house. You must be gold. It was I who sent an email to Professor Elm earlier. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. The mystery egg. The egg containing Scooby-Doo. A friend of mine from Eckertique gave it to me. I bet you can't find this kind of egg in Johto. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell what it is. He's the best when it comes to the research of Pokemon evolution. That's a quote from their famous Professor Oak, who is standing beside us. Your Pokemon should have some... Thank you! I needed that rest. Also, are those wires or is that a carpet? No, that looks like wires because there's a carpet in front of the couch. And with that, I'm Professor Oak. We met you already, so you're gold. You haven't met me though. I was just visiting my friend Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this so rare Pokemon? I see you must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why he gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. Ah, you seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Okay, because Professor Oak just likes forcing child labor on people. Hooray! Go meet Pokemon and complete the Pokédex, but I've stayed too long. I have to get the Goldenrod for my usual show. I have a feeling that this is not the last time we'll meet. Let's exchange numbers just to be on the safe side. So, I have only gotten phone numbers from old men and my mother. That is quite the scare. I don't think phones should be introduced in Nintendo. Let's just walk out. That guy has nothing to say. Oh, and then we're getting a call. Hello, Gold. It's a disaster. Oh, it's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no, please get back here now. Doesn't even tell me what happened. I almost just called my mother. Alright, we gotta go help Professor Elm because you can't tell me what the situation is. No encounters, thank you. No encounters, please and thank you. Oh my god, this game is just being generous to me. We do not have to go through that glorious grass patch because we can go all the way around here with this ledge. Hooray. And there's another ledge over here that we can go through. Because he healed me, I'm not going to go through the center. We're level 7, so we're going to be chilling right here. What? You got a Pokemon at the lab? What a waste. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Huh? We are versus Red-Haired Kid. Alright, our first battle with Passerby Boy. You know, it's much funnier when you just have the question mark that they had in Gen 2. But whatever. He is going to have the starter that is strong against yours, but we've got some levels on him, so realistically all you need to do is spam tackle. He's going to have the 2 basic moves that the other starters have. So Totodile is going to have Leer and Scratch. Chikorita is going to have Tackle, and I don't know what its status mark is, actually. It'll be up on the side, which is another thing. I went out of my way, and I'm going to do all of the trainers. What they have, you know, it's valuable information. Good, okay for someone weak. This guy's got a major problem with the weak. He hates the weak. And you're just going to Leer again, which gives me a perfect fight. I mean, Leer's a good move, but why would you use it this early? Fuego's gonna gain 70? Level 8, maybe? Yes! Wow, we're gaining levels quick. I say that, and we're gonna somehow be ended up, like, under-leveled by the 3rd gym. Are you happy you won? I'm gonna yell on, do you want to know who I am? I'm gonna be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Keeps shoving me. I hate you. Give it back. That's my trainer card. Oh no, you saw my name! Walks away as if nothing ever happened. Let's keep moving back because Professor Elm still needs our help. I like this. Wait. Oh, there's a tree over there. I don't know why Cut is there. That's going to be one of the HM moves that we'll eventually run into. For the easiest route that you don't have to run into any encounters, just follow this path. And just like that, we're back in New Bark Town. This has probably got to be one of my favorite beginning cities, just because of the wind draft that you see. Who are you? We are investigating the case of the missing Pokemon here. Rule number 1, whoever did it will come back to the site. Oh my, so you must be the one who did. This is why you guys can never get anything done. Hold on a sec. He has nothing to do with it. I saw it. There's a red-haired boy looking. So you saw and did not report anything. Didn't say a word. What? You battled the boy like that? He must be the one who did it. Did you happen to get his name? Welcome to the easy excuse of naming your rival whatever you want it to be. Asphalt? Yeah, I'm not going to name him that. I'm going to name him his canonical name because I have my canonical name, and his is going to be Silver. How ironic. Gold and Silver. I see, so Silver was his name. Yes. Thanks for helping my investigation. My next assignment is to search for this red-haired individual. Don't whip out the gun. Gold, I'm glad they understand you're innocent. See, like, they did not understand I was innocent until you came in here and saved me. Anyways, here's this egg. This is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Mystery egg to Professor Elm. Hooray! Huh? This is an egg. Dude, this is an egg. This egg may be something I've never seen. Mr. Pokemon's always fascinated by eggs. Since he gave it to us, we might as well find out what secret it holds. I'll keep it for a while to find out about the egg. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokédex? Is that true? That's incredible. He is superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. I knew you were a little different. That doesn't mean it good. Things are going to be fun. Your Pokemon seem to really like you. Why don't you take the Pokemon Gym Challenge? If you manage to defeat all the gym leaders, you'll eventually challenge the Pokemon League champion! Or not, haha, please go outside. Becoming the champion is not at all easy, but you can certainly challenge Violet City's gym. Gold, challenging the gyms scattered around the world will be a long journey. Before you leave, make sure to talk to your mom. Wow, you see champion potential in me? It's almost like I'm the main character! Y'all are living in my world, but first I gotta talk to my mom before it becomes my world. So, you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help. too, but what can I do for you? I know, every time you receive prize money, I'll save some of it for you. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money for you? So, hitting yes on this, every time you get some sort of cash from trainers or something like that, it will divide half of it. It'll divide it in half. I don't know why I said divide half of it. Divide it in half, and it'll put half in Mom's bank account and half in your bank account. You can come to Mom whenever you feel like you're out of money and just take however much you want, which might be all of it. But because I'm a greedy person, I'm gonna keep all of my money. Okay, but be careful out there. If I ever get robbed, just know I'll be broke. Go on. Sure, let's go on. Actually, next time on Pokemon Heartgold, Soulsilver, even though I'm not playing it, we're gonna continue our journey and we're actually gonna get past Mr. Pokemon's house. See you guys next time.